Hello, welcome to Homesteading Northwest Florida, the Styrofoam Room. Today is August 21st, at about noon. It's probably about 90 outside, and this is an insulated room. We've got 83. Insulated room with a lot of dust. Just put it this way, we've been grinding this linoleum, leftover linoleum off of the floors. So, okay, here's our tool after we got done with, I'd say, 90%, 80% of this floor. And I just washed all my tools, put a new blade on my scraper, although I think it may be too big because the other one was a heck of a lot skinnier. But this is a 5-inch scraper. Not that little 4-inch stuff they want to sell you. I don't know, you know. Ooh, does that get a lot off? We might go over this whole thing before we grind it, because this is what makes the dust. You know. Oh, does that work good with a new blade? Haven't put a new blade on here ever. So, wow, what a concept. All right, we're waiting on a new blade for our grinder, because this one's pretty well wore down, and I did clean it. There was like rocks stuck. There was, you know, just concrete dust and rocks stuck in here, and I just noticed it was taking a heck of a lot more effort to grind anything off. I'm like, you know, and plus I was just exhausted. And this whole tool, once I'm done here, I even scraped this thing and clean the handle. I mean, that's easy to take off. Once this whole floor is done with this tool, we are going to be cleaning, taking apart, changing the brushes of this whole tool, cleaning the cord, cleaning all this dust off of here. It's like caked on, terrible. You know, actually terrible for the ventilation of the grinder. So yeah. And here, we also got like a whole bucket of scraped off stuff. I just scraped it and then dumped it in this bucket. And we usually sit on 2 of these foamy mats when we're doing this. Alright, yeah, here's our bucket of towels with clear water for momentarily till we start wiping. Because this area I didn't wipe as well, and you can see that it's not as, the aggregate doesn't show as much. It's still covered with powder. Alright, and we got a new tool. That's going to be our next tool to polish, is the GEVEELIFE angle grinder here with a diamond polishing pad. Now this is the 50 grit. You know, boy, this is going to be, to go over this whole floor with every one of these grits, it goes up to like 1500 grit. It's going to be a ton of work. And it actually does look, this was from Amazon, this was like 45 bucks, but it's got variable speed. It's got variable speed, so, you know, you can change this. And that's what you need with these I'm afraid with the angle grinder, which is like a constant 1200 RPM, that I'm just going to rip these pads apart. You know? But they are sharp. Wear gloves when even touching one of these pads. I think I got a sliver of industrial type diamond in my finger. So yeah, these pads are wicked. You know, this looks like a pretty good grinder. I haven't plugged it in yet, but it was a deal at 45 bucks, and you get a bag. But this is a 5-inch pad. I had to order those separately with a 14mm spindle, which is different than an angle grinder. All right, so you got to order those pads separately. I might have them at the bottom of the video, the title of them, since you can barely do links anymore on YouTube. So anyhow, we're going to come over here, and this is the densifier here. All right, this is going to be the densifier. This is the Prosoco Consolidec LSCS Blended Reactive Silicate Hardener Densifier and Dustproofer. Yeah, I'd like to get some of the dust down. But, yeah, I only got it grinded to, yeah, I see some scratches in there. And I know there's fiberglass in this concrete. That's probably why I don't really see any cracks. And I got tubes underneath, I got piping underneath. But anyhow, I just want to try a sample of this area and see what this stuff is like. You know, I probably won't do the whole floor yet, but I want to see what color it changes it to and that kind of stuff. So we're trying an area, just a very small area. And we're going to see if we got to put 2 coats or what, or how it polishes after this stuff dries. But yeah. That's what's going on over here. A lot of dust. Oh yeah, I see some, I see that this is not even. Soaking to one end. But yeah, we're trying a sample area. And this took on water really good. This hole, once it's polished, it really, no problem taking on any water. You know? And the rest of this, maybe I will try outside, because I got pretty much left here, and I got a whole gallon. So someday we'll be pressure washing and maybe trying this, depending on what color it dries to and how it reacts with polishing. Yeah, I see bubbles coming up a little bit. Boy, is that interesting. See if you can see any bubbles. Alright. Well, I'll let you know. We'll have follow-up videos on this. On what this stuff really does. And how it looks when you're done. Because I kind of want a white color. I'm not going to put any stain here. And we just changed the vacuum cleaner bag on our upright vacuum here, because this one, vacuum cleaners all go on the power of the motor. And I think this vacuum cleaner has a 12 amp motor, and I have a lot of bags. They are cheap. So what you really need for this kind of work is a strong motor on your vacuum cleaner. Be it a shop vac. Some of these shop vacs don't have a 12 amp motor, which is, I don't know what it goes in horsepower. I think it's a 3.5 or whatever, but that's the vacuum cleaner I'm using. I just changed the bag. The filters do not like this concrete dust. So good luck to you. I also have a spare motor for this vacuum cleaner if anything happens to it. But you need a strong vacuum cleaner. Alright. Otherwise, you know, and I'm not buying a HEPA, so this is what I'm using. Not investing any more money in this little project. Alright, thanks.